Here's Darnold. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Darnold now to throw. Open that left side. Shaheed has it. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Darnold. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He'll return it from the 6. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Here's Mayfield. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Hey, Charles, they got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Watch out!
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! What? Real. Hey, watch out!
They run the option on 2nd down. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Tampa Bay.
180.
Mayfield on play action. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rashad White with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. That's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw that turned into an interception.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action. Mayfield. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 2nd down and 4.
180. Done.
Now Mayfield running left on the option. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Regular. 180. What's up?
Looking to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
That's good for a Seahawks first down.
Up the middle, here's Walker. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Zach Charbonnet, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Mayfield to throw it. This is White on the screen. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. How about corner Kobe Bryant coming in to make the sack?
That play was hard to see. One play goes wrong, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and very long when they had been in 2nd and inches.
Yeah, I know you like the idea of taking a shot on 2nd and inches, but you can't take a sack for that big of a loss.
That's the one thing you cannot do. They gave it up, and now they're way behind the chains. Good luck with this next play call.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The punt team and Vernon out there as he gets this one away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession. 75 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. Now Darnold. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now it's Darnold. And it is caught. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. That good for 19 at a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Walker with another carry. Will be hit down at the 43, 5 yards on the play.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And not much running room. Down to the 32.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this game not quite over yet. We'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On the handoff, this is White. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. So for the Bucs, they boost their record up to a strong